so I don't know. Let's wait for a couple people to get in here. No, don't share. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. All right, I gotta wait for it to catch up to. It's not as good as the other one. Just plug it when you're doing. All right, I gotta see if we get this thing on what's going on with Restream again, because it's going to Twitch. It's not going to sending data. It says we're good. Yeah, ch check YouTube real quick for me. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna. Okay. Cool. All right, bitchin'. So, all right. Welcome to Monstieur, a show where we discuss and recreate some of the most iconic horror characters and creatures in entertainment from both the past and present. So, let me switch our little screen so people can look at our beautiful faces. There we go. All right, so everybody watched the Fred. They watched Nightmare on Elm Street. So, oh yeah, let's reintroduce everybody. Uh, this is my brother Josh over here. He's a horror enthusiast. He's a fledgling artist. You'll see later on in the show. This is Luke Schroder up here. He's a tattoo artist and also does concept art. I think he do some illustration too. Yeah, here and there. And this up here, that's Sally from the Valley, Sally Jackson. She's a concept artist, or she's not from the Valley, but she's a concept artist and illustrator. So yeah, so we all watched Freddy Krueger recently. Initial thoughts? Oh yeah, the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah. So 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 what do you think, Sally? Y- y- Uh, Y- Goofy. Yeah. Dr- uh-oh. Hold on. They said there's no audio except for mine. That's not good. Hey, thanks for letting me know, Daryl. Let's here. Hold on. Audio capture. Can you talk, you guys? Oh, that's a real bummer. Here, audio capture, advanced audio. All right. Talk again, you guys. Still no audio? Oh, shit. They can see us all, which this is a real bummer. All right, so what does knob mean? Here. Oh. All right, so I'm trying to figure this out right now. Everybody's staring at my Everybody's staring at my penis. Uh, speakers. Okay, talk, you guys.
Yep.
Hello?
There we go.
Do we got it? I think we're good.
Hello?
Saying those
Yeah,
words.
You should be
should
able to hear
we?
him now.
Yay.
Glad.
Daryl, talk to me. Help me with the thing. Okay, cool. He says it works. All right, cool.
All good.
Sorry about that. I
Cool.
guess I guess that's going to be a little awkward in the beginning, but sure. We,
You just cut it all out.
Yeah, just cut it out.
yeah, that's well, we can't. It's being streamed. I guess I could restream the just cut that part out
I
later on.
mean, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's fine. I'll figure
Yeah,
something
so I
out.
mean, yeah, yeah. Should we?
So let's
Yeah.
let's 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 revisit that since I was just talking to myself and that was a little awkward. S- so you initially you were saying that there's a big plot hole in the whole Freddy or Nightmare on Elm Street movie where what's her name that dies?
Nancy.
No, yeah,
Nancy died.
Nancy.
Nancy dies. She's obviously dead. That's the chick that had like the ghost kept visiting the main character and her guts were falling out and stuff. Yeah, she was clearly dead. And then in one of the later Freddy movies, she was just
Oh no, Nancy, the main character.
Yeah.
oh yeah. She does. Yeah. She dies at the end. Everybody
Yeah,
dies. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
It's inferred. Yeah, it's inferred that she never wakes up from the dream, and
Yep.
everyone dies.
Josh, can you
And
see?
then in three,
Oh, go on. Sorry.
she comes back as she's like a psychiatrist or something, and she's going on about how she's faced Freddy before and stuff, and it's just not explained how she got through it. I don't think. Yeah, but either way, I had not noticed that before, and I found that very interesting little plot hole. But yeah, and
You care too much.
No, that was
I think it's important to to put these people to they need to answer these kind of questions if they're gonna have plot holes.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I in the movie in the initial movie, I don't think they should have showed Freddy as much throughout the
Hmm.
throughout like because he wasn't scary. He's just like ha like I have my my claw and then the girl's running like they should have just showed his shadow or like just his claw or just
Yeah,
make him less seen. I think that would have been helped a lot with the like
yeah,
and the overall cinematography was pretty bad, but it's a 80s horror film, so I guess that's to be expected.
It's pretty good for the 80s, like early 80s,
No,
84.
no, there was some bitchin' movies with some awesome
Like what?
cinematography. I don't know, like go watch The Shining.
The Shining was good. Yeah, okay.
Are we
Yeah.
live talking about The Shining?
No, no,
There's a new one.
no,
There's a
no.
new one coming out.
Well, maybe we'll visit that later. Design
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
the chicks in the dress or the
Oh yeah.
old lady in the bathtub. Hey, back to Freddy though.
back to Freddy.
Back to Freddy.
Has anyone seen? I haven't seen it for a good few years, but I remember being like, um, thinking, having quite some strong opinions about the one that was released in the 90s, A New Nightmare, where it was the one where Wes Craven is actually a character. He plays himself in it,
Yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah.
Fantastic.
and Freddy's a real demon.
Yep,
I
it's
like it.
great.
That was great
Uh,
with the little
really?
kid. And
See, I thought I didn't like it, and the reason I didn't like it was because Wes Craven fucking loves himself in it. He's like walking around talking by his pool, or like, look how rich and successful I am. I'm a master. And it's really like, oh, shut up. It's just a bit cringy,
He's
you know?
playing a character too, and Robert England is too.
I know, but I don't know. I think that puts me off Wes Craven. I like his films, but he just feels a bit pretentious, a bit into himself. But
Uh,
Yeah, sure.
oh well, Stephen King,
That one
same
had great
thing.
effect.
yeah.
So Josh, you watched the new or you watched the original Nightmare on Elm Street recently, right?
yeah,
Yeah. It held up for you. You loved it all still.
I liked it. I don't know. Like I said, I grew up on all that stuff, man. Like, I
So it's nostalgic. You don't have a lot of bad stuff to say about it. You just accept it for what it is.
nah, yeah, for sure. It is what it is. It's like Chucky. It's not a great movie, but at the same time, it's nostalgic. Like it's what I grew up on. It's there's a lot of memories and stuff tied to it. So yeah, I appreciated it.
I think they almost work better as Goosebumps episodes. They're kind of a horror fantasy rather than pure horror.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, like it could have been made a short or something and been a lot more scary for sure.
Mm.
Yeah. But
Well, that's why they get lumped into a slasher film. There's a slasher character. He's basically the star of the thing. And they're not thrillers. There's no. Uh,
what was that?
hmm, hmm, don't know.
Oh, I think you fixed
Everything
it.
good?
Yep.
Okay, we're on my end. Jeez. There's no like detective element really to these movies, like a mystery to solve. When they reveal one of these, characters got a weakness, it's pretty dumb, and
Mm.
it's just going through the motions of racking up a body count, seeing a couple of nipples, and at the end we put the bad guy away for a while until next time, and that's about it. That's the trope, and that's the enjoyment.
Yeah, I wonder if there's enough time because, like, for me, like, I didn't care if the characters died in the movie. Like, I wanted, I guess I
Mm.
wanted them to focus a little bit more on one of the characters, like make me like them first, and then make me worry about them, rather than
Right.
just rather than just throw, hey, we got some teenagers, shit's going down, like we're gonna, you know, there's some, you know, like
Right.
that's it. Like they're gonna die. People are gonna die. And
And they usually do throw that at you. Like, here's our virtuous, not slut. She's gonna, tell everybody, would you be careful in there? And they don't be careful. They go in there and fucking drink, and then they die. And she's like, oh man, I told those guys to be careful. And she'll make it to the end of the movie. But most of these movies do have that,
I've,
especially.
he- I've heard lots of weird comparisons to that when it comes to slasher films. That the idea that as soon as a couple has sex, they end up dying, and that's meant to be like some kind of metaphor for STDs because it was kind of the height of
Yeah,
like
sure.
AIDS being in the 80s, I guess, perhaps. But
okay,
yeah,
that makes
I
sense. Things were a lot more wholesome back then. Like there's a lot more. If you notice in the first Freddy movie, they had like or the first Nightmare on Elm Street, they had a bunch of like everybody was sleeping with a cross on top of their bed. You know,
Yeah.
Cool.
that
Yeah.
was just kind of the jam. You know, that was what people were doing. And
That was a jam.
Well, it could also tie into the fact that they've all experienced it back in the day, right? Like that's where
Right.
Freddy originated from. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, the
I
kids
think
in the 80s, they were way removed from this Springwood slasher. Is that what he is?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I like the fact that they touched on that basically in the first Nightmare on Elm Street and barely in the later ones. That's okay, but that's a pretty cool thing to address about Freddy's character, which
That
they
at
really
one time he was real.
yes, exactly, and he was
Yeah.
just a killer, and I love the guy, but I don't know, was he a molester? I can't get behind that.
Yeah, they definitely allude to it. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, he just targets children. Like, they, that's what they thought, right?
right.
He was definitely a murderer, but they thought he was a pedophile as well. Or was it he was they thought he was a pedophile, so they killed him.
no,
Well, either way.
he was killing kids. They said, and then obviously, like the rest of the story. He for someone dropped the ball or something with their like through their legal system, and he got out, and all the parents got
Mm-hmm.
together, and he was hiding away in a house, and they poured gas around the house and burned him out. So, and that was his story. But yeah, I guess it kind of my initial impression before watching the movie again was that he was a pedophile, like, and then he would like molest
you know.
kids and stuff. And I think maybe they touched on that again in like Freddy 2 or Nightmare on Elm Street
They
2.
Yeah, that's what I was
they
going.
strongly allude to it.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. I think in later ones it's more reaffirmed about it. But I think in the remake they did as well, but the remake wasn't very good, and I can't really remember. But I think they more heavily implied it in there, but I can't remember.
I didn't see it.
I
I
seem
like
to
how they
think in
designed
the
his face in the remake. That was like his nose was kind of
yeah.
melted away and
Mm.
like it was
I didn't like it.
no.
I didn't like the remake. No,
Well,
I
no,
think
because it
this
ruined it for me. Like,
the design itself. I'm talking
oh,
about
okay.
how he looked. I didn't see the remake, so
Yeah, how he
Yeah.
looked. Okay, how he looked was cool,
He
but
looked
I
good,
didn't
but
like
if
his
they do it again,
mannerisms.
they got to get that humor into him.
That's what I disliked about it. He didn't have the humor aspect. He didn't have like the right lines. Like, I don't know. He just seemed dull.
And
yeah,
almost
I
a
agree.
side character. I think they were implying about his crimes, and they, mortally convicted him of maybe some stuff he didn't do, and that's why he's a vengeful spirit. But yeah, he was like
it.
this guy's just a sad kook.
Well, they
Well,
need. Oh,
go
go on.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say they need to go either one way or the other. Either A, they're gonna make him campy and funny and and
I'm
and
team
just
campy and funny.
or they need to go the other way and then expand on his powers and like make him more creepy and kind of like I don't know, more mystical, like say like Slender Man
Yeah,
or something. Like just make either direction. But if they're kind of like just hanging out, limp dicking it in the middle, you're I don't think
Mm.
that's what the audience wants.
why he was chosen for his role. I think later on, what was he, the bastard son of 1,000 maniacs or something like that?
Yeah,
Wait, what?
And
his mum was locked up in a prison by accident with like a load of like prisoners, and they raped her over a weekend. And the idea is that his father is 1,000 prisoners.
Oh
yep,
wow.
insane
Yeah, really fucking
murder,
grim.
It was an asylum, right?
Was it?
yeah,
Oh,
Insane
okay.
asylum.
and she was a
It's something
nun,
like
I
that.
think.
Hold on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Daryl said
Something like that.
2010 looks sick. Did you watch it, Daryl? I don't know if he's still there. I'm gonna give him a 5 count.
Yeah,
4,
the
3, 2.
Oh, a loud one too.
Hey, he said not the whole.
not the
It
whole thing.
must have not been that good if you didn't watch the whole thing.
So I'm gonna spare you from looking at me. I'm gonna try to share this little doodle of what I'm doing. We can still talk.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it. You want to you discuss what you did. Okay.
Nice hat, bitch.
Okay. So So this is your initial. Well, this isn't your initial drawing. This is This is
I'm
like.
doing it right now.
Did you do the one earlier, or is this it? This is the one. This is the one
I
you're
did
sharing.
I did one earlier. This is definitely not a redesign of any type. I'm just doodling while we're talking.
Okay. Yeah, I dig it. Nice hat, bitch.
Thank you,
Nice
bitch.
hat, bitch.
Can we see the redesign?
Should we move on to that?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could
Oh
do
no,
that.
let's see the oil painting. Oil painting.
Oh
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Let's.
All right.
All right. Let's see the.
All right. I'll show you. I'll show you that, guys. Like I say, no crashes yet.
Oh, you're cursing it.
I know. Okay.
He crashes.
Here's a dumb little oil painting I did on a scrap
It needs to focus.
a while ago. Ooh, there we go.
Cool.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
that's rad.
the important part is that
Your hand matched up with it then. Yeah. Brilliant.
thumbs up, bitch. Nice job. All right, yeah, that's just one I did I did that one in a park, I think, in a really nice sunny day.
As you do.
Me, Freddy Krueger from memory. All right, should I begin and show you my?
Yeah. Let's show us.
All right, all right. With the caveat that
Okay. Well,
holy,
discuss your design. Let's hear the build up. Like what were your
all right,
initial thoughts? Why you did it, and then let's check it out.
this is gonna go a bit like last time. I love Freddy Krueger, so trying to think about him all week as making him different was so tough. So I just kind of slapped some stuff around and goofed around with another element that I thought I could play with that he doesn't have.
Okay.
So here's our boy.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like the idea of
So is he
putting like adding more of the element of his claw into his body.
Yeah,
That's a cool idea.
I thought
yeah.
that he could be more amorphous and he could change himself a lot. That was always so cool to see him, swallow a bed or take a different form. But those claws should be there too. So I got into him. When I started sketching it, obviously, wow, dude, nice claw, and whoa, he's a burned up guy up here. But I tried to ask, what is Freddy? Freddy is to me a hat, a glove, a face, but that's what he looks like. But there's also the shirt and the
Well, you changed the
sense of
shirt
humor.
from
Yeah, I was gonna go with a green leather jacket that was. I didn't get to it, but it would be melted to him. You can see how hot I'm making that. God, that's hot.
Mm.
But I wanted to have instead of the melty pepperoni pizza flesh, I wanted charred chunks, and I don't think I, you know, showed that very well in my goofball here. But I wanted to have like crispy chunks of uh, really charred flesh, that could move with him and maybe even fleck off dust and make
Yeah.
really really gross crusty sounds.
or
I thought that would be
maybe they like crackle and stuff when he's like pissed or something. That'd be cool.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they
exactly.
like they get red, or start smoking or
Yeah,
whatever.
throw out some steam. I'll do that real quick for you, James. I'm a conceptor after all. Here's a little steam.
He's so angry.
Oh,
I,
it's fucking hot in here, bitch. Your steam looks like cauliflower, bitch.
That cauliflower steam.
But I thought, like, okay, so here's just this maybe a gob of flesh. Maybe it was something else that turned into a visage of Frederick here with a couple of claws out. Like he could kill you like this. I think but I was gonna put him in like an Eddie Murphy raw leather suit because it's very 80s, and I thought it'd be cool to have his flesh here, melted into that jacket. Like it's super part of him now that his shit is melted together. You know, I'm totally demonstrating that very nicely here. Thank you very much, Sally. But yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of a cool way to think about it, where his wardrobe would be more of a part of him, literally, than just
like adhered to him.
Yeah,
what he. Yeah,
I had a similar idea too. I took it a little bit different like direction, but yeah, very similar. I like that idea.
right on. Well, you might as well not show it then.
Okay.
All right.
We won't show mine today. Just gonna
Well,
do.
to recap, here's my. I don't know if I can call it a redesign. This would probably just be like something they would do to change him in the sequel.
He has no feet.
I don't do feet.
They melted off.
You didn't know that he was behind these rocks?
That's brilliant. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, these rocks were back here.
That's how to do
And
it.
then there's also a Frazetta girl here. She's all, oh my God, Freddy.
Oh no.
I'm naked, taking a shower.
She's tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pedophile.
Off, you know?
He's a pedophile.
Oh yeah, she's 8.
Oh, too far.
Yeah, I really like the idea of having him like. What if he had like more like little spikes throughout his like his crusty body. Like.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be cool. Like maybe give him like almost like an 80s spike bracelet or something like that, but it's like coming out of his skin.
I was thinking of that, but I'm like, I'm gonna really go to that well too hard if I
No, that's all
if
right.
I make him 280.
No,
But I was totally going to put him in either the Thriller jacket or the Eddie Murphy Raw suit.
That's funny. I like.
All right, folks. I think I've done it here.
Yeah, you did it.
I like it.
I like it. Wow, dude.
I had all kinds of kooky designs to change the very nature of the glove, and I was like, as cool as that would look, sitting still, a lot of my dumb ideas, like it doesn't function as fingers, and it doesn't give Freddy his other part of his personality, so he gets a gloved hand.
Well, he's like fantastical. Like you could do anything with it. Like really. Like,
sure.
Yeah.
But he needs like a default form. That's the thing.
Does he?
That's true. And I had the hardest time being satisfied with anything I sketched. Like, no, I'm just making a different action figure mode for Freddy, and it felt very hackneyed, and I have a hard time with that. I'm a fraud. All right, guys, I'm a fraud. Bye-bye. And I'm back. All right. Thank you very much for looking at my Frederick Krueger.
Frederick.
Beautiful.
All right, how do you know it's not like Freddy by like on his birth certificate?
Oh, my dad went to school with his dad.
Oh, okay.
His
All right.
dads, there were 1,000 of them.
They had the same class.
His dad's.
All right. Hey, Josh, you're up, man. Oh wait.
No, you got to show it. Remember.
Oh yeah, I gotta show.
Oh, you got to follow me.
Okay, so.
Oh fuck.
Let's see. Let me see. There we go. Okay.
It's
All right, let's.
It's pretty fucking good. So be careful.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a spit take. Hold on.
Oh yeah, you guys can't see it, huh? Let me.
I can't see it yet.
Let me fix it. I'll change how I share it on the screen. Okay. All right, so this is Josh's.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's got double-handed knives.
Gloves, dude.
Double-handed knives. He doesn't just have one, two.
Oh, he's hardcore.
That was my recreation of it.
I like his wide birthing hips.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
like
He's very, very thick.
Like maybe he's gonna make like maybe he bursts like Alien. He bursts like other Freddys, and he like.
He takes after his mom.
No.
Yeah. And
It's 2019. You're misgendering him. Okay, it's actually a her. It's a her.
Okay.
Birthing hips.
So,
come on.
On his trousers, is that many pockets or is that slashes?
So I was thinking about the mini pockets, but I was like, no, that's too many pockets. You know, I'm not gonna do that. So those are actually like folds in his pants.
Oh,
So, yeah,
Like
I got
I'm
it.
such
very
a
very
bitch.
detailed.
it's pretty artful
Somebody,
place, huh?
somebody's been studying Bern Hogarth.
It's not a bunch of pockets, okay?
I like the idea of being pockets.
It looks like he
Yes,
tried to stick his hand in
you-
his initial pocket and gave himself many more pockets.
He's all, oh shit,
Oh
shit, bitch.
My quarters, bitch.
You can also see that I took this photo on top of my textbook from college. So,
By,
Yes.
No, I like the touch.
by the people.
By the people. Like it's a nice touch.
That's
It,
right.
it has
That's
I
my,
like that his hat.
has my name right here. I like that.
Oh yes,
And
I like
you-
that his hat is like a sombrero now as well. It's very
yeah,
cool.
you know, I actually did another version of it where it was like a Santa Claus hat, but you know, I didn't want to do that one. So I was like, I don't want to go too far.
Yeah, you didn't want to
My
derail it too much.
convenios, bitch.
The double knife hands. That was what I was going for.
Hey, I like that. I think that's for Freddy X. You know,
Yes.
It should be a girl or like identifies as a girl or a man.
Nah, you don't know.
Girl.
You don't.
don't know.
Genderly ambiguous. Yes.
It's ma'am, bitch.
you know, and
It's ma'am, bitch. I said it's fucking ma'am.
and not for nothing, Josh. Appreciate you using those lined paper to get those stripes in. I'm not criticizing.
Yeah, that's cheating.
This is
Here's
some
what you
good
got.
guide- This is some good guides.
Hey, dude, they're straight though, right? Kind of a little
Yeah,
bit.
those are some straight lines. There's some
Oh,
some
man.
definite practice strokes happening here.
Yes. We're learning. I next time I'm gonna go for the tracing route, and then I'll
Yeah.
just add the other shady stuff. That's gonna be what I add onto it.
Let me get some graph paper out and try that out.
Yeah, do pixel. Do the next one pixel art on graphic paper. There you go.
Yes.
James, stop making fun of your brother.
It's messed up, you guys. I made a real attempt at this.
Yeah,
You know,
I
I'm
like
not an
it.
artist.
It's great.
I'm not an artist like you guys, but you know.
He spent.
I
8
think it's
minutes
really
doing
fun.
this shit. Get the fuck out of here.
I think it's cool.
No, for real.
I know who it is.
Yeah, right. But the double razor hands, I'm not even gonna lie to you, Sally. I didn't even know I did that until you said that. So you know.
He's now Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
So
he's
it's a cross between the two.
got a regular hand and he's scratching into some sand or something.
Yeah. No, he's like tearing. He's like tearing into something in the back with his
Yeah.
regular hands. You know what I'm
He's doing a backstroke here. Matter of fact,
I
I'm
should have done
stealing
the
this.
water in there,
Hey, Josh didn't draw any feet either. Yeah, that's it.
dude. Well, no, we don't like feet.
All right, yeah, feet are gross.
It's a typical.
Yeah, well, you don't need feet.
They're gross. All right, so yeah. Hey, you have anything else you want to say about your?
You know, I don't. But you guys want to play one round of trivia?
Sure.
Yes.
Great idea.
All right. So the movie cost $1.8 million to make. How much do you think the movie grossed? We'll say
Just that movie.
Yeah, just that movie. So we'll say 15 million, 20 million, 30 million, or what's the next one? We'll say 25 million.
I'll say 30 because you didn't know what the next one was.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So this is what is that first one? Is that 1986?
Yeah, 84.
84. Somebody already guessed 30.
All right, let me see. I gotta look it up. I looked it up earlier.
The internet is so wonderful.
It really is. How much of the first one? I had it all queued up.
You're all queued up.
That's right, boy. Wow, all together, that's a lot. Freddy vs. Jason, that was a good one too. Did you guys see that one?
Oh yeah, I think that's quite fun. Very ridiculous, but fun.
It ought to be, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I'm gonna guess not
Josh,
30.
Josh is
I wa-
gone.
yeah.
He's
He
frozen.
looked up on something on the internet and he's screwed.
Yeah, he's screwed. All right, well. Pew, pew,
There goes our
pew.
trivia section.
Oh, he said 25 million. Phone died.
That's what I was gonna guess. Let everybody know that I was gonna guess that.
Yeah, so he threw us off with the, oh, let's just say the 25 million. Yeah,
Mm.
that was well played, Josh.
That's a bit cheeky. That was
That's
cheeky.
I was
Yeah.
gonna guess that.
I would actually have thought it would have got more, to be honest, for how big it became.
Well, that's a lot of money back then. People were buying
I
movie
guess,
tickets
yeah.
for like what, probably $3 or something
Oh
to go to
yeah.
the movies. I remember going to the movies for $3.
Yep.
So yeah, now it's like $20, right?
Yeah, it's very expensive.
I think Josh.
Hello.
Oh, he's back. All right, cool.
All right, I'm
He's
back.
just a J now.
Hey Josh, I wanted to guess 25 million. Was that close?
Yeah, you were right. You were right on the money, baby.
Oh hell yeah, man! That's awesome. I nailed it.
I fucking nailed it. Yeah, so it was by the end of the theatrical, we're going to earn more than 25 million. So the movie. Oh, okay. So it was actually 25 million within the first 72 hours.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
gonna say.
wow.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
So 1.8 million is what they spent, and then they grossed 25 million within 72 hours.
That's a Blair
Yeah,
Witch
opening
Project
weekend
shit.
it was huge.
That's fucking impressive considering how much a movie ticket was back in the day.
Yeah, there's a lot
And
of
it
people
only
watching.
cost 1.8.
That was a lot of people watching.
Pretty awesome. Freddy's a great guy. He's a great character.
He is. He's really fun.
And is another little fun fact is his glove was inspired by the Japanese weapon called I think it's called a nikote. It's basically just like an armored glove with little spikes on the back part and then little extensions that you can scratch. Not quite
Yeah.
not quite what Freddy
I
had.
liked your little scratch.
That's sort of what I was gonna
Wow.
turn it into, but it's really not that. Like you can't be expressive with it.
Like this. All right, Sally from the Valley. Sally Jackson. You're up.
Well, I had the same problems everyone else did. So let's have
You know,
2
it's a
seconds.
global problem.
So I tried to just beef up the whole paedophile element by him
Oh,
like.
you.
That
That's
is
sick.
badass. That's Sally. That's
Thank you.
badass. I mean,
So-
mine was pretty good, but yours is really good.
Oh,
Thank you. But, so what I tried to give him like a he has like a little lollipop in his hat.
oh.
His belt has like a little doll's head on it. It's made out of rope, and maybe he collects toys to kind of like, lure the children over towards him and stuff. And when looking at burns victims and stuff, a lot of them tend to end up with really weird, bubbly scarring. Where the skin kind of heals in big lumps and clumps almost. So I tried to kind of give that kind of effect around his shoulders a bit, and his skin kind of falling away around his mouth perhaps, and things like that. And I thought I'd try and give him a little bit of hair, just to kind of a bit scraggly and greasy, so just otherwise he looks too much like normal Freddy.
Yeah.
But like yours does, like it has the easy stuff to go with Freddy, but you totally did change him a bit. That's awesome.
Yeah, that looks
Thank you.
great.
It was hard.
That's badass.
Yeah, I love that doll rope thing.
That
like,
belt, right? That
I never
totally
would have like thought like I don't think so like that. He shouldn't give a shit about that. But like yeah, he would have little trinkets and stuff, and you got that face looks like it could totally express humor, and maybe not say bitch because you need lips. But
Oh,
because I was thinking of that.
Maybe he's just got a speech impediment.
Bitch.
He could
He
be
has
like
to
a
be-
ventriloquist.
He has to be very careful with the words he uses.
Yeah.
So
Asshole.
Motherfucker.
That is awesome, Sally.
Yeah, that's really
Thank
cool.
you.
I imagine him like kind of like maybe like setting up scenes where like they know he's coming if like if they see like one of his dolls or something on his bed, on their bed or something,
Mm.
like they're next
Yeah.
or something, or just
Or they're like
Yeah,
trinkets
that's a good
from his
idea.
like favorite victims.
or, or his dolls like actually like become animated and they run around and stuff. That'd be cool.
Like do his
Oh,
bidding.
like you could be like the master of those
the
dolls
master
or
of puppets.
puppets in this case.
Yeah. Just another little element to his like nightmarish type,
Mm.
you know, persona.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
I
cool.
think
Yeah.
I think here I've accidentally made him left-handed. Let's flip him so it's more correct. There, now
Yeah,
he's right.
did
Now
that
he's
take
right-handed.
forever?
Have to repaint it.
Yeah,
But yes, that's
that's
pretty.
awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was just looking at. Just emphasizing the whole paedophile elements, I guess, child killer, and just playing around with different ideas for showing him being a Burns victim, I suppose.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I like.
And you can look at that and know immediately who it is.
Yeah,
I think that's
Yeah.
just the stripes, though, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
that's so
100%.
iconic. I think what's cool about Freddy Krueger's costume is you don't instantly think Christmas when seeing the red and green, which usually you do. Like it's designing with red and green is really difficult because it has such a Christmas vibe. So I think it's it doesn't feel like a Christmas jumper. You think it would do.
Yeah, that's a great job. I love it.
I like his how you didn't make him like he's kind of like a little hunch too, like that. That's a nice touch. Like
Yeah,
you know,
maybe it's like scarring his. You know, doesn't like when you're a burns victim, sometimes the scarring can create it so your skin, you're not so flexible because it might not heal in a certain way. So perhaps his back is so scarred that his skin isn't so flexible and stretchy that he's kind of hunched over because of the way it's healed.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, that's a
and
nice
it's
touch.
creepy.
Maybe I've put too much thought into that.
No, it's the perfect amount of thought. It's badass.
Yeah, you did
Cool.
you did right. I like it. I really like
Yay.
it. Yay.
Oh, okay. And it's
Dynamite.
me again.
Hello.
Hello. All right.
Now it's your turn, James.
Okay. So let me
Jimmy James.
Jimmy
He
James.
prefers Pimmy.
All right. All right. So this is mine.
Oh, that's not funny, man.
So
That's not funny.
I really wanted to like get this mathematically correct. Like try to line up.
Mathematically.
Like
Yeah, so you had to
I
use the line
wanted
paper.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and
I really like what you did with this collar.
the Chinese.
Yeah.
The Chinese are very superstitious about number 4. 4 actually means death in Chinese. So you know that's why I wanted 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you noticed there's also 4 here? Okay, I'm gonna show mine.
That's brilliant.
Is that a
Alright,
bunch of
so-
pockets on there or what?
Oh wow,
Oh!
that's like really post-apocalyptic. Wow, that's really cool. It's like cindery,
So
very Dark Soulsy almost. It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
so my here, let me. This is the. I didn't get to finish like go as far as I'd like to. Like you could see my feet are just blobs right now. But
They are feet.
I will come back and revisit it. But my idea behind her, I even gave him a little hat. I don't really like him with the hat.
Ooh.
I like him kind of. I like him more without for some reason. I don't know. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think without looks cooler. It really
Yeah.
it's. I think it just really you really see. I think it's because you see his eyes more, and his eyes are really cool. They're really spooky.
I like the hot ember look.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got hell inside his body.
He's got a furnace in him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. That's a really cool idea.
that was kind of my idea, like maybe, and I didn't get to flesh out the glove as much as I'd like to. Like, I wanted him to, I don't know, like he went to hell and then he like came back, and then that's kind of who he is. And instead of him having, maybe he wore that sweater in real life, but like it's all like burned away, and now now it's like he's become almost like a wraith. Like some of like the pattern of the sweater is like scarred into his skin.
Yep.
And he's kind of got it up and down his arms and stuff, and on his legs, and it's tried to really expand on the glove and bring it up his arm, maybe have his skin and his glove kind of like growing into each other. And yeah, I think
I really like the idea that it feels like he's less of a survivor and more of a, like, it really feels like this guy got fucking torched really bad, rather than him just being slightly, just slightly burned. He's been like, this is like bloody 10th degree burns.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's really cool, and he's got the personality showing. Like he's about to get you with a sick, one liner, like running in the hallway, bitch, or something like that.
Where's your hall pass, bitch?
oh yeah, my screen's not maxed. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Bad driver. I thought I did it. I didn't. Is that better?
Look, we're learning. It looks good to me.
Okay. So here, I'll do the little.
He's running around with no shoes on. He's gonna hurt himself.
At least he has feet.
My body's a roadmap of pain.
No, I can totally see if they bring back Nightmare on Elm Street that Freddy would be that burnt. I think that'd be really cool if they did that. I think it's a really interesting idea. I'm annoyed that I didn't think of that.
I'm super annoyed over here. I mean, I've showed mine, and it's like, okay, yeah, nice.
Any design things you think I could have added, or a little extra things that would make him look a little cooler?
I think it would have been cool to somehow incorporate the red and green, just because that's such a big part of him. But I don't think it's a huge deal. But it would have been cool.
I think I was. Oh, Daryl said he likes the hush gesture. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I think I was dabbling with the idea of having the inner lining of his coat be red and green, and I still might,
Oh, that would have been cool.
I
Yeah.
still might do that.
Oh,
Yeah. That's nice and subtle, because sometimes I guess the red and green can come across as a bit too goofy, maybe, especially for that design, which is a bit more darker and perhaps a little bit more serious. So like a lining would be quite nice and a bit less ham-fisted.
What fisted? I haven't heard that term before.
Ham-fisted.
What is it?
Ham-fisted, it means to be on the nose, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, read a book.
Yeah, I do read. I've never heard that before.
Shut up.
You made me think I said the wrong word, and I was thinking, oh god, I hope I'm saying an actual word.
It was rather cheeky. I like it.
That's like a thing that I was all week just racking my brain. How do I avoid being so on the nose? What am I going to do? A tribute to him? But in a way, yeah, I suppose. But that's fantastic, James. Like that could be shown to people, and they'd be like, "That's amazing. Have you seen Sally Jackson's? Because it's awesome." But no, I'm just kidding. But I love the way that he's burning from the inside.
Yeah, I really like the idea.
Daryl likes the hush hush gestures.
Yeah,
I agree.
I like it because it's like it feels like he's still on fire. He's still burning away, and that's really nice. Like he's like really being tormented by his past, because he's still what happened to him. Like he's really a real restless spirit because he's still burning, still feeling the pain of the fire and stuff. So
yeah,
it's a cool idea.
Yeah, so
but he's got a good grin.
Yeah, initially I was trying to make him more like we were talking earlier, like a little bit more mystical. Like I was gonna have him just kind of like with more stoic kind of face, with his head tilted, kind of like took some cues from Slender Man. I looked at Slender Man a little bit.
Sure.
And that's kind of the reason why I like elongated his arms and legs to make him look a little bit more spidery.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Thanks,
You should show what you started with, what you showed me yesterday.
I want to see it. Oh, damn it.
I don't.
What do you mean? It's in our Facebook message.
Here, let me see.
Like another thing about yours there is, it does deviate from there being any remnant of the Springwood slasher that he once was, but this might be like the thing that took, Freddy, I guess, or whatever the spirit is or the entity that he becomes chooses that form. It's cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, man.
he's obviously a form of boogeyman, which can take a lot of forms.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
dream demon, like very much like that. That like it looks like it doesn't need the earthly, hometown story.
Mm-hmm.
More like a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Daryl
you're
says
able
the
to create his own story.
fire inside could show his mood too. When he's excited or angry, the fire heat could come out of his eyes and his mouth. Yeah, that
Yeah,
totally. Or he could just like Luke's we suggested, like he'll start like burning a little bit, or like smoking, or maybe if he gets hurt, maybe the fire is less, like it starts,
Oh, sure.
like yeah. Does he have eyes, or is that also the heat
Like,
showing from the back? No, well, I was thinking just kind of like cavernous holes that he has, and then he's got like just little, little flame pinpoints where he looks.
yeah, that's cool.
But
I like the little eyes. They lack emotion, kind of thing. They're just creepy.
mm-hmm.
I I was gonna have him have no eyes too. That's also pretty creepy. But I think
Yeah.
with this character, he needs a little bit more
Yeah.
character than
See,
that.
I was thinking of one too that like had so much more face melted off. Like Chernobyl's been doing some pretty awesome stuff. That HBO show. But like I wanted one maybe where he had like a bit of a droop eye because his skin had bagged and melted over it so much, but it takes so much of the personality I love away from him. I did do it. I didn't pull the trigger on that.
Well, Sally kind of did that, where he had like a
Yeah.
slough of skin coming off near the mouth, like that.
Yeah, it was hard though because like I found it really hard because keeping a cheeky smile while slopping the skin off could it was quite hard. I'll just say that it's you
Yeah.
can lose
You did
stuff.
it though.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
took his lip, you took his eyelids and lips, and he still has this hilarious expression. Like you can't wait to see what he says to some bitch.
Some bitch.
Yeah.
Josh wanted me to show the other one. Was this the one that I showed you, Josh, or is it another one?
I think it was another one. I'm not sure.
I quite like that. It feels like someone's recreated Freddy from a dream they've had. It's kind of creepy, like, oh, I can't really remember my dream, and here's the recreation. It's kind of it's kind of eerie. It's like something you could imagine, like a school kid like drawing this in class and then being sent to the school psychiatrist or something.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It looks like, oh, tell me what that bad man looks like. Oh my God, 18 kids in the past 5 years have drawn the same picture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Freddy
Yeah,
10.
it was that one, but you had actually tried to incorporate the green and the red a little bit, and the red was like embers within the
yeah.
arm.
Let me try to find it. It was really bad. Like you guys have those moments where you just like I've been under a little stress, and like I was trying to draw while I was like thinking about the stress, and those two things
Yeah.
don't match. They don't match up very well.
Nope.
So I'm gonna try it here. Oh, I even titled it "Freddy Stupid." So look, this is what I was doing. I'm like, what the fuck? This looks like somebody else was fucking painting it. Like I just can't.
I don't know that I don't think that's not as bad as what you hyped up to be. I still think that's
I
pretty
still
cool.
think that's pretty good.
Although I like the where his finger is. He's kind of like he's going ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
Hello.
I wanted to do like a shushing gesture, but that quite wasn't. So, but all said and done, I like this one much better.
I think he's more creepier, especially his face.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I forgot how to draw for like 4 hours, and I was trying to fuck around with that shit, and it was just it was horrible. And then I started trying to clear my mind and stuff, and I was able to whip this guy out. So yeah, that's my story.
I'm sticking to it. Oh, another fun fact. Throughout the entire series, they earned 370 or what the fuck? $370 million. That's a lot.
Wow. It is.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Adjusting for inflation, $720 million.
Shit, wouldn't mind that money.
Yeah, that's insane. That's a lot.
That's a good amount.
Well, I think with our concepts, we could probably see a return like that. Like down the road.
Especially with Josh's.
Yeah, mine for sure.
Yeah.
With the many pockets.
Truly.
That's the only thing I don't like with yours, Jim. You don't have enough pockets.
I was going to say that. It's just like,
I don't even see a single pocket.
Where does he put his stuff?
Yeah.
Here is, let's see here. Here am I screen sharing. This is the initial, this is original concept art for his glove.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's where the concept of Wolverine came to play too.
You think?
I have no idea. I just said that.
Yeah, Wolverine's been around for a while too, but maybe.
Yeah, quite a while.
And let's see, I think they had that Nicote. Yeah, Nicote or Nicote. I don't know.
Yep.
Cat something. Neko.
Neko.
Yeah.
However Japanese.
Because
say
Neko's
that.
cat, isn't it?
It might be.
Cat maybe it means like cat claws.
I have no idea.
I don't know any Japanese.
Wow.
I can get down with the Chinese some, but no Japanese.
I just really like cats, so that's why.
All right, folks. So, are we all done with sharing our concepts?
Yeah, we all shared. Now we should probably decide on what we're gonna do next. And
If I may show you just one more concept that I did.
yeah.
No, it's too late now. It's too late.
No, you're on.
You fucked up, Luke. Should have done it earlier.
All right, like I should have gone with this one in the first place, but I didn't have much confidence in it. So here we go.
He just did that to yours.
I like the sparks. I like that shit. That's badass.
You're an absolute
that.
hero.
Dude, see, that's what I was
like-
going for, Luke.
I wanted it to be more of as if he could be a flat
This is
drawing,
amazing.
and then also have the Chinese character. I thought he should have a furnace inside him, like burning fire in there, because I thought that's pretty cool. And then like I thought about Chinese and their association with the number 4 is death and stuff. So I thought like that should
This
be
is
the
actually
shape
amazing.
of the furnace in there.
What about the pockets? Did you didn't emphasize the pockets?
Actually, I did run out of time, but actually those are pockets, and I do declare them as pockets.
That's really funny.
You can't wear a watch because both of his hands are full of.
I just realized those are meant to be sparks from his glove. I thought it was sand, and that was you trying to show him like rubbing sand.
Definitely sparks. You can see the motion.
I saw you saw what I was going for. You saw what I was going for, and you brought it to life.
You've actually done a really good job of that. It's really fast.
Yeah,
no
that
shit.
was really fast. That was good, dude.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Hey,
It's very proportional. I love it.
He kept all the. Hey, please save that. Please save that and send it. Send it.
It's like it's potato Freddy.
Luke, send it to me, and I'm gonna tell my wife I drew it.
Okay.
Because I'm not lying, right?
Well, you gave me the concept. Our director, Josh.
Josh drew it. Luke painted it.
Yeah, Luke, this is what I want from you, okay? This
Can I get it in 10 minutes?
I like
in like 5.
I like that his hat is slightly to the side.
Yeah.
It's like floating up.
That's how
It's like
Josh
floating
did it.
away.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
give me that
proportional.
credit.
Well, it's because his head is slightly melted from the fire, so it's not
Exactly.
Quite, yeah, so he's got like
Oh, it's
a
brilliant.
peanut head. Yeah,
That is hilarious. I love it.
I'm glad you like it. Hey, I should try to do that every time. So, Josh, you gotta provide the drawing.
Amazing.
We'll go mine first then.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
Let's do that. Let's do that again. That's really cool, dude.
All right.
Way cool.
That was so fast. I literally, it took me a second to realize that was mine at first.
I was thinking to myself, that looks familiar.
And she was like, "That's yours." I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, we saw a lot of this guy today.
Yeah, we did. I like that.
That's hilarious.
Fucking Luke,
Chinese
hilarious,
for 4, bitch.
You did it really fast, bitch.
Those are sparks, not sand.
Ma'am.
Ma'am. uh, oh
All
man,
right.
That was good. I like that.
really good, Luke. That was a
That was a good way to end it. That was
fantastic.
good.
Yeah, that's a nice little thing we could add at the end. Yeah, for sure. Josh could do his
Yeah,
little
I'll try to
rendition.
do that.
Yeah, that's because that was really fast. That was great.
I tell you the truth, this one beats the shit out of my earlier one.
Do you know what? Josh needs that tattooed on him now.
Oh,
Yeah, I
fuck.
can do that.
On
Come on up.
like a back piece. There's a lot of detail.
All right, Luke. Yeah.
Luke can tattoo
Nah,
too.
are you kidding me? That's a cheek piece, dude. That's a cheek piece.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's 2019, man.
yeah,
Come on.
some face tats.
I told you I've been rapping.
Yeah, when your album comes out.
Yeah, right. That's the only way I'm gonna get the hype behind me.
Brilliant.
All
Yeah.
right.
That was right. Okay, so what do you guys want to? Let's take.
Pumpkinhead.
Okay, Josh wants Pumpkinhead.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know what
Okay.
Pumpkinhead is.
Well, ladies first. Do you have an idea of what you want to do? And Sally also
I'm
suggested
thinking.
that we do the next one in 2 weeks instead of 1 week, and then.
Oh no, I'm not. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Or.
Yeah, I'd prefer 2 weeks. I think because then we can put a bit more thought into the design. Because with me, it was like, oh shit, we got a week to do this. Quickly, hurry. But it'll be
I
nice
agree.
to kind of play more with ideas. And I think the end result will be better, you know?
I'm
At
with
least
that.
more creative.
Oh, we got some. Daryl said nekote means cat hand in Japanese, so you're right on that.
Cat
Sally.
hand.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you were way off on your Japanese.
Yeah, I don't know any Japanese. I know anata wa utsukushi. I know that. It means that means I think you're pretty. But that's it.
He's trying to show off right now.
Thank you.
That's the only thing I know. Arigato. That's it. But anyway, so you think 2 weeks. So if we do a 2-week one, when will that land? That's on the 15th or no, the 22nd of July. In the meantime, we're gonna figure out a way to bring something kind of weekly too. Like we're not sure yet.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll discuss that after the show. Like maybe we can do something a little bit more that doesn't. It's not so time consuming and so hard on the noggin to create something cool. You know, I think that's.
Well, I like the challenge of it, and coming on here and on the show and admitting that I suck at redesigning shit I love it's not so bad, and I hope to get better at it. So
Yeah, the challenge is cool. It is fucking hard, dude, for sure. Yeah, guaranteed it's hard.
and I see you two smoking these Freddys and the Chuckies. I got to come out of the gate ready to knock the shit out of you two with my pumpkin heads.
Well, I think you got some you got some good ideas, and then you back away from them, like, and you're like, no,
Yeah.
let's change it to. Don't do that next time. Like
Alright.
you got some bitchin' ideas. Just run with it. It's okay if it changes the concept. That's what we're doing in the first place, you know. So
Yep.
we'll go 2 weeks out for this one. So on the 22nd at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if that ends up being too long, like we're just starting out, so that ends up being too long, then we'll go back to a week, or we'll figure it out. But in the meantime, if we get any ideas to give another show to you guys for this coming Monday on the 15th, then maybe we'll surprise you.
Captain Spaulding.
Captain.
Okay, so do we announce on this one what our next one should be?
I think we should, yeah. So let's decide. Let's say ladies first. Sally of the Valley.
I was just thinking, because we've done Freddy and he's fire, let's do Jason, who's water, because he drowns.
I love it.
That's gonna be hard to redo.
That is because
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in a kabuki mask.
I'm gonna steal your idea.
I think Jason would be easier to do because he hasn't got so much personality.
Yeah, he's kind of just.
But all he is a mask.
But you could redo the mask.
But he does have a backstory as well, so that there's it makes him. He's not just an anonymous figure. He does have a story. So I guess you could find ways to bring out his backstory a bit more in the way that the original design doesn't.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't have to have a mask.
Mm.
Or he could be holding the mask, or something.
And he needs a mask or a sack.
A sack. I like
Oh
this.
shit! Yeah, I forget he has a sack in the original. Yeah.
Yeah. I look forward to redesigning yours, Josh. So
I fucking like that. I
Yeah,
like
that,
it.
that was
cracking. That'll be fun.
Daryl suggested Leatherface.
That could be a good one as
That's a
well.
good one.
Leatherface
Definitely.
is a good
That's
one.
a really good one.
A lot of ways to take him or her.
And there's also like other directions like there's Alien, you know, like
Oh gosh. Okay. I think I'm gonna need more.
The
More.
content is
That's gonna be so fucking hard to redo.
It's
I think
hard
that'd
to
be the
redo.
hardest. That'd
yeah.
be the hardest.
see that one.
I don't know.
The content is kind of endless, honestly. There's
Mm.
Alien would
there's
be the
so many characters.
easiest for me because humans are hard. but
the
but yeah.
No, I just mean
you would
what I
tackle
mean is more,
HRT's Alien. Oh boy.
what I more mean is like the design of that is. I probably think it's probably one of the most iconic and it's so fucking out there as well and crazy.
All right.
That'd be interesting.
So are we going with Jason? Or are we going
Jason.
with
Voorhees.
Okay, Josh.
Mr. Voorhees?
Josh, which one do you want to do, Jason?
Nah, well, I'm down with Jason, but like, what about like it or like Captain Spaulding from what the hell is that
All right,
movie?
go ahead.
Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Spaulding. That would be dope.
I need to. I've only seen that once, like 10 years ago. I need to rewatch that to know about that more.
That or it, but
Those are-
I'm down with Jason too.
One of those is good.
Yeah,
I'm cool with whatever. Really.
Okay, well, let's just do Jason since we did Freddy.
All right.
We'll do Jason.
Jason
next.
it is.
And just keeping
All
with
in for Jason.
here. Whoa, come on, whoa, Bundy. No, I don't know. Here, this will be our thing, Jason.
Yeah. Snitch. All right.
All right. Well, that concludes our little show. Thank you, you guys, for coming by. We appreciate the company, and that's a wrap.
Thanks for staying the whole time, Daryl. That was awesome. Thank you for contributing and stuff. Hope to see you next time.
Yeah, for sure.
No
Daryl.
crashes.
No, I had a crash. Remember, my phone died.
Oh, you were.
Yeah, but you draw on paper.
So we're learning, you guys. We're gonna get better.
Yeah.
Peace, everybody.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you.